Once upon a greasy grill in the land where kangaroos hop and Vegemite reigns supreme, a curious tradition lives on: the full English breakfast. Except this isn't the Queen's breakfast anymore. Oh no. This is the Aussie full English. Bigger. Bolder. Sometimes a bit burnt depending on who's cooking. Now if you wake up in Australia and say, "I'm starving," someone might reply, "Mate, you need a proper brekkie." And they're not talking about a piece of toast with a sad smear of jam. No. They mean the works, a plate so full it looks like it just robbed the fridge. Let's build the plate of glory together. First, the sausages. Not just any sausage but the iconic snag. Beef or pork, maybe chicken if you're feeling wild. Australians are serious about their snags. They're grilled, fried, or occasionally torched by over-enthusiastic backyard chefs who think they're on MasterChef, but are really on Firefighters, the sequel. Then there's the bacon. But it's not your crispy American streaky bacon. Aussie bacon has the eye and the tail, meaty and substantial. It slaps differently. Literally if you get too close to someone else's portion. Next, the eggs. Fried sunny side up, poached like a fancy brunch Instagrammer, or scrambled if you've accepted that life is chaotic and eggs should match. Everyone's got a preference and there will be debates. Oh yes. Egg wars have broken out at breakfast tables across the nation. "Why would you ruin a yolk like that?" one cousin will shout. "It's still an egg, Cheryl," another will cry. And so the family drama continues. Add to that grilled tomatoes, halved and sizzling, sometimes sprinkled with herbs that nobody can identify but everyone pretends to enjoy. Then comes the sautéed mushrooms, butter-soaked and earthy, with a texture that makes vegetarians weep with joy and carnivores raise an eyebrow like, "These are good?" And then the controversial players. Hash browns, golden, crispy, oily enough to lubricate a car engine. Are they part of the authentic full English? Probably not. Do Aussies add them anyway? Absolutely. Some even go rogue and replace them with sweet potato hash for a healthier feel. That's right, because this 2,000-calorie plate just got redeemed by sweet potato. Miracle. Let's not forget baked beans. Usually Heinz, sitting in that orange-red tomato goo, sweet and savory and capable of causing minor explosions later in the day. You know what I mean. There's no polite way to say this. Baked beans are a gas-powered breakfast item. But we love them anyway. Now the bread. 2 thick slices of white or sourdough toast, ready to be slathered with butter so generously that cardiologists twitch in their sleep. Some people add Vegemite to this, which is a whole other topic. Let's not go there today. We don't need that kind of fight. And finally, the crown jewel. The last item that tells you, yes, this plate has gone too far. The black pudding. Also known as blood sausage. Some Australians love it. Others stare at it like it's been imported from a medieval witch's pantry. Either way, it makes a statement. So there you have it. The Aussie full English. A plate that's less of a meal and more of a breakfast apocalypse. But wait, there's more. Aussies don't just stop there. Oh no, mate. Avocado slices? Halloumi. Fry it up. Grilled asparagus, leftover steak, lamb chops from last night's barbecue, maybe even a cheeky bit of smoked salmon. The full Aussie breakfast is a living organism. It evolves. It adapts. And it mocks your calorie counter. Now let's talk about prices. Back in the day you could get this monster meal at a local cafe for under $15. These days, depending on where you are, Sydney's Bondi, Melbourne's Fitzroy, or a remote servo in Darwin, you might fork out anywhere between $18 to $35. Some cafes even fancy it up and call it Brekkie Royale with edible flowers on the side. Yes, there are Australians paying $30 to eat something that looks like a breakfast plate got lost in a flower shop. And eggs. Don't even start. With the egg shortages lately, some places are charging extra for a second egg. You want 2 eggs? It's gonna cost you. It's the new avocado tax. Would you like to take out a mortgage for an extra hash brown? They ask politely. But here's where it gets interesting: health. Is it healthy? In short, no. In long, depends on who's making it and whether you consider mushrooms a superfood. Nutritionists would say this meal is a cholesterol theme park. But Aussies are clever. They've hacked it. Enter the healthified brekkie. First, swap the bacon for turkey bacon or grilled halloumi. Sausages get replaced with chicken ones or even plant-based versions that taste vaguely like cardboard but make you feel smug. Beans go low sodium. Eggs get poached, no oil, no fry pan tantrums. Bread becomes multi-grain or gluten-free. Mushrooms and tomatoes remain because, hey, they were always healthy-ish. Some cafes now offer build-your-own healthy brekkie bowl, which is the full English's diet cousin. It includes avocado, roasted sweet potato, 2 kale leaves, quinoa, and maybe a poached egg sitting like a bald monk atop a mountain of health. Let's also talk about how people make the full English at home. It starts with confidence. You wake up thinking, I'm going to make a proper brekkie. 15 minutes later, your kitchen smells like a smoke alarm's dream, and you've somehow burnt the beans. The mushrooms are watery, the toast is cold, and your dog's eaten half the bacon off the counter. You sit down with your full English that looks more like a half-hearted breakfast, and swear next time you'll just go to a cafe. But cooking at home has its charm. You can customize every bite. Add cheese. Skip the beans. Load up on mushrooms. Fry your eggs with butter or olive oil or that mysterious spray your aunt brought from Costco in 2013. Now here's a funny thing. Aussies love a full brekkie, but they'll also eat it at any time of day. It's not unusual to have a breakfast for dinner moment. Some even eat it after a night out, staggering into a 24-hour diner and ordering eggs, bacon, and everything you've got. This is how memories are made. Or forgotten, depending on the night. And kids, they look at this mountain of food like it's a treasure map. Except halfway through they're full and suddenly you're eating a second breakfast because, well, waste not, want not. Even tourists get excited. Backpackers on a budget, international students missing home, and retirees doing their Aussie lap around the country. All of them find joy in this over-the-top breakfast. Of course, debates rage. Should hash browns be included? Is black pudding too British? Why is my mushroom leaking on the toast? These are the questions that unite and divide Australia. But one thing's certain. Whether it's a humble plate at the local servo or a $34 gourmet brunch in Melbourne with truffle oil and aioli drizzle, the full English Aussie-style breakfast is a legend. A rite of passage. A food group of its own. It's greasy, it's glorious, it's gut-busting, and it's here to stay.